Okay, so um, I was kind of surprised to find out all the ingredients they used, and one of the ingredients they didn't have, so they had to send out for it. I don't remember if, I think it was the that they had to send out for. Um, I know it was three. I know it was silver nitrate. It was one more. When I look in my medical records, I'll be able to tell you what it is, what the third one is. I can't think of it right now, but I know that other one was the, you know. So that was interesting. Thank God they figured it out, and that's why I'm still here today. So, and of course the will of God. So, but I just wanted to come on and um, say that hopefully my prayer is once everything is healed up and I'm kind of back to my normal self or better than my normal self, what I really want to do, I want to start going around sharing my story, like at women's empowerment events and stuff. Not so much churchy church. All of them don't have to be churchy church, but just women empowerment because I think a lot of times, because I always tell people you can't go through um, something this long for 11 years um, and it not affect your mental. So I've had my mental struggles with this as well, depression, anxiety, PTSD from seeing so much blood. And, for a long time, I wouldn't go to sleep because I had strokes when I would fall asleep. Um, that's when I started hemorrhaging when I fell asleep. So for a long time, I wouldn't even go to sleep. My doctor had to give me sleep medicine because I wouldn't go to sleep. Um, so I want to share not only my story about the brain tumors and stuff, I also want to share my story about how I dealt with all of this mentally. I think because above all, um, my mental capacity helps me to hold on, you know. It helps me to hold on. That's why I keep all of my therapy appointments, my psychologist, my psychiatrist. I keep all of my appointments. If she thinks I need medication, I take my medication. Whatever I got to do to be the best me, then that's what I do. And a lot of times when it comes to mental health and the black community and the black church, we have so many stigmatisms that we just won't talk about it. And the unfortunate thing about that is the less we talk about it, the more people are prone to run and hide when they are facing any type of mental illness or diagnosis or disorder or what have you, because we've made it more demonic than it is of a disorder, you know. And a lot of times you don't always know what's going on in a person. You can't always just look at a person and determine, oh, that's a spirit, oh, that's that. Now some of that is spiritually related, but you can't look at a person and just tell that, particularly if you have no former training in behavior analysis like I do, like a lot of my peers do. So you have to be able to not only discern, but you have to be able to look at a situation and properly say, okay, this is behavior, you know. And I shared with somebody, sometimes those neurotransmitters, they start just going this way. They're no longer clicking. They're going this way. They're going that way. Particularly after if you've had as many poking around in your brain as I've had, honey, something's gonna be off. Everything's not gonna fire off like it used to. I was sharing with someone last night that, for a long time I was afraid to admit that a lot of times I'm not as sharp as I used to be. You know, my legal degree, business, I got these degrees, but everything don't come to me like it used to real quick. So I have to surround myself with people that understand that cover me in that don't, try to talk down to me on that, because, just because you know that about me, so I'm thankful for that. So in the midst of all that, I developed ADHD. So, and we certainly don't want to talk about that, not in black people, especially in adults. We think that's something for children, that only children get. But I was just diagnosed 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and I was so afraid to tell anybody. I was even afraid to tell my children, you know, um, until I just started doing research, and I confided in one person, and he really made me feel. He made me feel like it was okay, and I trust him to this day with that. You can't tell everybody everything, but if you have people in your corner that you can open up and share things with, and they won't throw it back in your face or try to use it to hurt you, then I think you've developed good friendship and good relationships, so that you don't have to run and hide every time something comes up, or you have an episode, or you know anything like that, anything dealing with your mental health. You don't necessarily have to run and hide, or feel like you're alone, or like I would retreat in a minute. I'll retreat in a minute. you know I don't have to be around anybody, don't want nobody to be around me, won't answer the phone, all of that stuff. um, but I'm learning better coping skills as I go along, because one of the things uh, I do realize is that sometimes that's what the enemy uses. He uses the guilt and the shame and the secrecy of it all against us, to cause us to retreat into ourselves, to cause us to shut everybody out. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. And a lot of times you feel like that's your only option, that's your only answer, because after you've trusted so many people and people have let you down time after time after time, I get it. I totally get it. I get not trusting people. I get not wanting to open up to people. I get opening up to people, and then they take your stuff and they share it with this person, that person. Or they wait until there's an issue between the two and they throw it back in your face. Just crazy stuff. So I totally get it. I get it. But I also want to encourage you, whatever kind of mental illness or mental health crisis that you're dealing with, don't do it alone. Don't keep trying to do it alone, okay? You can be as strong as the Rock of Gibraltar, but I'm telling you, there are some things that will bring you to your knees and on your face, okay? Things you're not ready for. So please, I admonish you, don't try to do it alone, because those are battles you can't win. You got to have somebody. You got to have somebody that at least knows how to get you out of those dark places. And wait a minute, care enough to get you out of those dark places, because everybody don't care. Everybody don't care enough. You can call some people, oh, I'm busy, or you can reach out to some people and they'll give you a whole scenario that don't have anything to do with what you need to talk about. Or they'll tell you what they're going through. It's like, okay, let me go. Let me hang up. So you're still kind of by yourself. So I just want to admonish you, don't try this by yourself. Please. I've tried it. It don't work for me. It doesn't work for me. Um, I have a long history. It just doesn't work for me. Be right back.